All right. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Son of a...
Okay.
Okay. Fellas, welcome back to the Pokepodcast Gen 3, our finale of that. I'm Dolan Malna, and I am here with my co-hosts, Christian and Austin. Fellas, I don't know if you've noticed, if you were astute enough to observe this, but I have been interacting with one of the new mechanics of these wonderful games. I have in fact contracted the Pokerus, and am dying a little inside, but not enough to stop recording for the people who love our podcast, all three of them. Comment, I love Pokerus, if you actually listen to this nonsense. Christian, save us while I have a coughing fit. How you doing?
Diglett.
Oh, gosh. Austin, what do you have for us now? Save us from ourselves.
Diglett.
Oh, my word. You know what? I've created a monster. This is what I've done. Every time you do it, you realize I have to make a worse picture, and I'm running out of worse pictures.
Diglett.
Yes. Oh, no.
Stop! We're gonna get age restricted. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Alright, well, fellas, we did it. We did it. Wow, we figured it out. I don't have a clue what I'm talking about, but we finished Pokemon Gen 3. We did Ruby, Sapphire, and even Emerald. So yeah. I help. We
Take
beat
that,
4
Dad.
gyms. Yeah, that's right! That's right, we have a father. We talked about that. What was it like finally, facing your father in the belly of the beast to ascertain and obtain as well your own manhood in a Pokemon, in a children's card game? Austin, go.
The best way I can describe it, I think, is I feel like his moveset was perfectly designed to make me feel the same way that little kids do when their dad make dad jokes.
Oh? How do you mean that?
It was very annoying, but it wasn't difficult to get through.
Nice. What in particular about it? Like, do you remember any details about what moves were frustrating or not? Or
I can't remember the specific name, it's too long ago. I just know he had a bunch of status moves that he kept spamming on me, but it wasn't really hurting me much, and I could easily hurt him, but I kept getting put into states where I couldn't attack, and then he just spammed them over and over again and not, attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Christian, how did you feel about that? Did you feel the same way Austin did there, or,
I would agree with Austin. My feelings behind it are, we finally get to see a father figure in the Pokemon game franchise, and he is a disappointment.
Oh man! Instead of your father being disappointed in you, you have ascertained, superiority by being disappointed in your father.
Exactly. I would have thought that my father would have chosen his Pokemon better, and the movesets better, because just like Austin said, he had, I want to say, I think he had 2 Slakings, which, if you look at the stats for Slaking, their attack is very high. He could have easily had a powerhouse there, but he just kept on using, Snore, and putting his Slaking to sleep and he never used a critical hitting move once.
Oh, man.
So it was annoying and disappointing. And that's probably why we never see a father again for the rest of Pokemon.
Oh gosh. Wow. Yeah, I think, I don't know if I mentioned this last episode, but all of my teams, and even the gyms I go through, are slightly different, because I have Emerald this time. So I actually only had one Slaking, and then he had a Vigoroth and a Leon and a Spinda is what I had to go through. But yeah, he didn't leave too much of an impression. I assume the gym layout was the same for y'all, where there was a big focus on items and status effects leading up to him. You kind of got to pick which statuses you were going to deal with by going through certain doors. Was that what y'all?
Yeah, there was
had?
like the speed room and the strength room and like things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed a problem. What cracked me up is I love, this is one of those things Pokemon really has struggled with so far for me. It has like an amazing concept and just like the execution of like a blind, mentally challenged kindergartner sometimes when trying to do these. Because I love the idea of having to deal with different status effects or finally getting items involved, because especially since we're avoiding those, like having to deal with someone that's specializing in those really could throw us for a curveball if we're not careful. But the thing is, we're so strong, and because it doesn't scale at all, they'd be like, all right, I'm giving you power boost. Oh, I knocked him out immediately before he got to do a single attack. Neat. Okay, the next one's like, all right, I have crit up. Oh, he's already dead. Well, that's okay. Like, that's just what every... and I don't know if I remember this correctly, but did every trainer have, like, one Pokemon? I feel like I recall that.
I think so.
Yeah, like, there's, like, one Pokemon, and they throw an item on it, and then it's just dead. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I think you're right. A bit of a disappointment, I feel like, But we tried. They tried. We all tried. But we succeeded.
Did they really try?
Not really, no. And then your father, I guess spoilers for the ending, he really doesn't do much for the rest of the game, pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's really built up as this mid-game goal, and then okay, we did it, we've succeeded, we are the dad now, and we leave. I don't know where I'm going with this, send me home. Do we just want to go down the gyms real quick, fellas? Just knock those out like we did as quickly as we did in the game?
Yeah.
Austin, you like that idea?
We can try that. My memory of the gyms is a little hazy as opposed to like everything else.
That's okay. The next one was Fortree, which was the flying type. The flying type Winona.
What was the mechanic of that gym?
That had like all the...
Is that the one with like the moving levers that you had to
the door lever things. Yeah.
That was interesting. I enjoyed the puzzle aspect of it.
Yeah, that was like the first... It wasn't hard, but that was the first one that I was like, oh my gosh, my brain woke up a little bit to do this.
Mm-hmm.
He said, complaining about a children's game. Anything, Christian, stand out to you about that gym, either the puzzle or the fight or the whatever?
I felt like the puzzle was interesting. Definitely enjoyed it, and it brought back nostalgia because I distinctly remember that puzzle. But one thing that I did think was interesting, and it's actually due to a screenshot that you sent us, your gym leader was in like the top right of the gym, while ours was in the top left.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, for whatever reason, my gym's layouts and some of the other things are just slightly tweaked for some reason. I don't know which other ones are, but that's one I do know about, yeah. So, that just goes back to Emerald being slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't that remarkable a fight. I feel like had some... I don't know. We fought it, we won. Wasn't that hard, honestly. Yep. The next gym was Moss Deep City, where it was all about double battles. I thought that was cute, because, especially you guys, this is another difference between Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire. They added in a bunch more double battles to kind of display that. I think y'all have had like 3 the entire game or something like that. Like, it has not come up very often. But this one actually has some double battles, and at least the boss's double battle. Austin, any thoughts, feelings on this gym or the double battles?
I wish I could remember any of it.
They were psychic type.
I forgot there was a double battle. Oh, yeah, psychic types.
They had the teleporting...
Oh, yeah, the one impression it made is that I think I was hit with psychic and I didn't instantly die, and I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to not get killed by this move.
Even though you had a fighting type in your team.
It was my last one out.
Yeah, nice. Oh my gosh, yeah, my impression was, oh good, my favorite mechanic that comes back every generation, random teleportation rope memorization puzzles. I love those, where it involves no logic or critical thinking, and just trying random paths again and again and remembering. Love it! Christian, did you love it as much as me?
Oh, I loved it more than you, I'm sure.
Oh, really?
The gym leader was not very difficult, at least for me. Like, if I remember correctly, I think I took them. It was a double battle, but there were only 2 Pokemon. Like, they didn't have any backups. And if I remember correctly, I took them both out in 2 moves.
Mine at least have 4.
Yeah, mine only had 2, which kind of caught me off guard. I was expecting there to be more for it to be the gym leader, but no, that's all they had.
I will say this, at this point, I was getting severely underleveled. I spent the entire first half of the game I played y'all feeling like I was desperately trying not to get overleveled. And by the time, spoilers, by the time I got to the Elite Four, my average was like a solid 25 to 30 levels below what it needed to be. This one is interesting, and we'll get into some things in just a second. But, no, it really is. The Sutopolis Gym. Yeah, Austin, you remember who we fought there, don't you?
The who we fought? No, I don't remember the who. I remember the puzzle being stuck on it for like a good 15 minutes, not understanding what the heck I was supposed to do.
Oh, that's funny. But so, here's the thing. The gym leader you fought was Wallace. Right? Fellas, remember the legendary Wallace? The only reason I remember him normally is because he has the same name as Wally, and I'm like, why am I fighting Wally and Wallace? But whatever. But not if you're me. He has some important foreshadowing. He has some important things to do in the story in Emerald. So he leaves it to his master, Juan, who just takes over. Instead. I'm not kidding. Juan Sanchez. And he takes over, but yeah, it is funny. It is very ice themed, but it's the raid badge, so there's one ice type in my setup, but yeah. So so I get a different gym leader. Ooh, foreshadowing. What could Wallace be up to? We sure will talk about that in a bit. All right, those are the gyms. Wow, excitement at every turn. Since we've done that, before we go to the story, why don't we talk about what our teams look like at this point? I probably should have started with that, but you know, whatever. Do we want to talk about our teams? Austin, do you like that plan?
Yeah, sure. I can start with teams if you'd like.
Yeah.
Alright, so the 3 amigos have finally found their last amigo nearly towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Which was a Spiel, which is now a Walrein. If I had to do final commentary on my team as a whole, misery. I had, I think, the absolute worst luck RNG-wise using my Aggron on things, because for a while I was reliant on Takedown and Iron Tail, which don't have 100% hit rate. That's fine. It should have around 80%, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. But it felt like 20%. I had one fight with Aggron where the opponent didn't use any like evasiveness up moves, and I used Takedown 7 times in a row, and none hit. And I was very frustrated.
Oof.
And that was the theme of every single gym and battle I would play for the rest of the game.
I think you said
they were really as skillful as the 3 amigos.
Oh no! They hit as many shots too. You mentioned that this was nearly as miserable, though not quite as Pikachu run in Gen 1.
Yes, at least I could finish the game.
Yeah!
But it surely didn't feel like it sometimes.
Oh man. Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll go over my team real quick. Because I think Christian might have a better outlook than the two of us. I don't want to know a sour note. I sure had a team, eventually. If you'll recall last time, I barely had 3 members at the 4th gen. And I was not able to get my final evolutions of my whole team until I was at the Elite Four. And had been grinding at the Elite Four for genuinely, like, the game time equivalent of tens of hours at this point. But I ended up with, after a lot of work, a Breloom, who I did not let my Shroomish evolve until a Breloom, until, like, level 54 or something like that. so he could learn a move Spore, which Breloom cannot learn, but it's supposed to be very good for him. So I did that. Neat. It was a little frustrating because that move is great, but like I felt like I had a gimped Pokemon the entire time. Kipkipure, of course, became a Swampert eventually, which was great. But he was so good that I had to bench him because he was going to over-level very quick. So he ended up getting benched really early once I got to the Elite Four. And just was like, all right, buddy, you're too good. Hang out here. Flyboy... Did I even have a Trapnich? No, so I caught a Trapnich like immediately after we had the last podcast. Like, it was like the first thing I did was I caught a Trapnich. Was right after the 4th gym. And... around that, and that evolves eventually into a Flygon, which is neat. But he kind of felt weak the entire time. I don't know if he's got bad EVs or I don't understand him, but he's a cool design. But just while I caught the Trapnich, I also caught an Armaldo, who I named. Oh yeah, the Flygon was named Flyboy. I don't know if I said that, but the Armaldo was named Parker. I forgot why, but then I walked my logic back through with Austin. And I was like, he's the arachnid type Pokemon, so he's the spider, so he's Spider-Man, so he's Peter Parker. So that was the name. But yeah, I got him evolved up. Ladyton remained useful the entire time, actually. Even when she was under-leveled, she was actually pretty solid because her speed was so good. I was surprised how often she came in clutch. And then, somewhere after Gym 7, I got an Absol, just because they always look cool, but I never get them. And we're trying to, again, with this, we're trying not to get an unofficial rule, at least for me, is like, I'm trying not to just use the Pokemon I always use when I replay them. It's like, I always get this one, so I've never gotten an Absol before, so I wanted to try it out. And, kinda weak, but I think it's because I got her so late. Him? I just misgendered my Pokemon. Oh, no. Oh no, I don't even see it.
How dare you?
No, it's... Nope. I was right. She's a woman. That's right. Whew. The podcast remains alive, guys. But... I think it was mostly because she was the most under-leveled Pokemon. But Dark is also notoriously... So, here's a fun fact, a miserable fun fact I can discuss real quick. Did I talk to you guys about the physical special split last time? I don't think so. That'll come up more in the next generation. But a real quick breakdown is that there are stats for, special attack and attack. Those are different things, right? So, like, your special attack may be great, but your attack may be miserable. That's just how the stats lay out. In Gen 3 and before, what is a special and what is a physical attack isn't determined by, like, logic. Like, this is a punch, this is a beam, right? No. It's determined by type. It is like, dark types are special attack. Fire types are physical. I don't know what it is, but like, it's just the type of the move decides if it's a physical or a special. So, Absol notoriously has like very bad natural special attack, is my understanding. Like, it's just not good normally. But Dark is special. So it's like got a terrible stat for all of its stab moves, same type attack bonus moves. So to make use of Absol, you have to basically not use any dark moves because he doesn't have the stats to use its own typing, which is one of the silly quirks of the earlier games. Is they're still trying to get their footing. So yeah, so I felt like I didn't get a good grasp on her because I actually, after I beat the game, did revamp. I didn't go grind a bunch, but I did revamp all their moves just to make sure they were more in line with what I would want them to be. So I got rid of some dark moves and tried to, fix that up. So yeah, there's my fun quirkiness about my team. There you go. Christian, how's your team looking?
I feel pretty good about my team. When last we met, I had 5 out of my 6 team members. I see you, the Sableye, Martin, the Sceptile, How Ironic, the Aggron, Mr. Clean, the Altaria, My Humps, the Camerupt, and I caught my water type. Now,
Which was?
Sharpedo.
Ooh!
And I caught him when he was a Carvana, but
Yeah.
I decided to name him Bruce. Does anyone know why?
Bruce or
My brain has deja vu.
Bruce.
Is this because bat shark repellent?
No.
Oh, okay. You know the utility belt where Batman has
Yeah.
shark repellent famously? I don't know.
That's
Okay, I
hilarious.
was going for it.
So Bruce is the name of the main shark in Finding
Oh,
Nemo?
from Nemo!
Yes.
Yeah!
Oh.
Fish are friends.
They are friends, not food.
Hi, Bruce.
Oh, that's great. Okay, that's actually really good. Okay, neat. So you said you weren't sure if you were going to keep those on your team, but no one got benched in the end?
Yeah, I decided I wasn't sure if I was going to keep Sableye. I at one point had been debating about trying to exercise the special ability of the Shedinja.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the bug ghost Pokemon that has 1 HP, but only super effective hits do any damage. Everything else counts as a miss. I thought about doing that, but I decided to go with this instead.
Nice. Well, nice. That's a good team. We all got it. All right. Christian, do you think the next thing's the story that we'll go over? Does that sound good to you?
I think so.
All right. What are your thoughts on the story? What happened?
Well, I know that you had a run-in with some birds.
Oh my gosh, you want to talk about that already?
Yeah.
Okay, I actually saved a clip of when that happened.
Oh,
that
you
is one of
did?
the few. Okay, I will talk about this then because you're bringing it up. So yeah, I was walking outside. And, going through the things. And there's a dude. He was outside like the really tall grass that like goes over your head. That area where they're like hidden in it and you can't see them. And on the kind of the right side, there was a dude outside a house that he's like, I can't believe it. I just found out that to fly with a Pokemon, you just need the HM Fly. Like, I really thought you needed to have like a whole flock of birds carry you or something. I was like, okay, it's another tutorial character. Like, they have those all over the place where it's like, oh man, I really want to cut down my tree. Good thing I have the HM cut. That kind of a thing. So yeah, he's like, yeah, I thought, okay, that's whatever. And I go inside his house, and there are like 20 Wingull sprites just like circling this disgruntled woman. And she's like, just standing there. Like,
Oh man, I love that.
It absolutely got me. Like, a lot of times the Pokemon humor has not really hit, but dude, that joke just sent me. I literally like sat there and laughed for like 2 minutes. Yeah, so yeah, this disgruntled wife surrounded by 20 Winkles because he didn't know you needed the HM Fly. I don't remember if the other Pokemon games are that funny, but if that kind of humor continues, I am on board for it. That cracked me up. Yeah, but I don't know. Anything story-wise after that, or you just want to deflect and want me to? I've got the notes.
I mean, story-wise, there's the gyms, there's the Team Aqua stuff, which Austin saved one of their comments after when you're like going through one of their bases. You sent in the chat, foo, you are too late to stop us, unless you find our secret base at Lily Grove. Not so secret after all.
Oh my gosh.
But,
that's hilarious.
Like, I guess I mostly remembered playing Emerald, but I didn't remember that, kind of throughout the game, if you're playing Sapphire, Magma is kind of at least seeming like they're almost on the good guy side, trying to stop what Team Aqua's doing. Like, at least
they're straight up not villains in the base versions, right?
Yeah, they're just like, hey, we need your help to stop these guys, and that's like the entirety of what they say. Like, they don't say, it's because we're trying to get rid of the ocean. But, like, that, I thought that was interesting. The lack of secrecy of the hideout though was what really cracked me up. Because and then go ahead.
No, you go first.
Well, you get to Lily Grove, and it's just there are two just regular people, and everybody else is part of Team Aqua for me. And I'm like, I wonder why there's so many people here.
Yeah.
They are not very secretive for being supposed to be a super secret organization.
I had to do a little extra because I have to take on Aqua and Magma, but one of the I don't remember which team it was. But one of them you get to, I think it's Aqua. You get to a grunt and he's like, "Oh man, it's in Lily Cove." What? I'm not gonna tell you. You go to the guy right to the right of him, and he goes, "Ha ha ha! Our secret base is completely hidden. Where? I'll never tell you." So as long as you just talk to both, you get the information that you need related to that. So that made me chuckle too. Yeah, even in my game, they weren't very secret about it.
I just think that's comical how lack of secrecy they are. But I mean, for a kids game, it kind of makes sense because as a kid, you're gonna be like, well, where do I go now?
Well, apparently we're like that anyway. They didn't do it enough.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, I do know one interesting fact. I'll jump in and say this related to that is both of you, which I find fascinating, have to go to the Cave of Origin to find your respective, thing, which cracks me up. There's a theory going around that Saphire was definitely made first, and then Ruby was just kind of pasted on top of it. Because they're like, oh yes, you have to sneak into the underground water cave to awaken the fiery ground Pokemon. That makes perfect sense. So in Emerald they do change that where you have to go to both, and Groudon, sorry, Kyogre remains in the underground cave, but Groudon, actually there's a hidden base that appears in the volcano we went to earlier, Mount Pyre. And you could go there, and that's where you have to deal with Magma and that. So, but not if you're in just Ruby, you have to still go to the underwater cave. So,
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah, I find that pretty funny. I was like, yeah.
How did he get there? How did he get out?
Yeah.
The world may never know.
Yeah, when he leaves, also, that's what I put. I said Groudon has no animation. He just kind of hovers away.
A sentence.
Oh, that's too great. Yeah, I don't know. Anything, Austin, about the story that stood out to you before we kind of jump to the ends and spoilers and that kind of thing?
No, it was pretty kind of mid.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
That's a lot.
It's like, okay, cool, I'm going into these caves. Here I go into the caves. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, hi, Groudon. Catch. Bye. I guess I saved the world.
I guess the only difference is, so they awaken the monsters, they whatever monster you get is causing trouble, and then you catch it and stop it. In my version, the two different legendaries fought each other, and I had to go get Rayquaza to come and tell them to shut up. And
question for you right there.
Yeah.
Is that where it happens where Groudon is just standing on this really small patch of land, surrounded by water fighting Kyogre?
Yes. I've seen it explained that those are supposed to be shallows, so it would only come up to his knees, so it's supposed to be more of a fair fight. But it does look ridiculous.
It just gives the same vibe of Zuko challenging Katara in a blizzard.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly
Won't be much of a fight. Oh
my word. Yeah, so yeah, not the brightest move, but he's got heart. But yeah, so you do that, and then that's actually before the 8th gym, which also cracks me up, because it's you have to do this whole stuff. You've captured a god, saved the world, and then it's all right, back to sports day. Is what it feels like. So that's pretty funny, but yeah, you do that, and then you beat the 8th gym. In my thing, it's interesting because the two teams learn the error of their ways and become friends. I don't know exactly how that worked for you, but they end up becoming friends and saying, okay, we'll go return the things and stop being evil, because they see the destruction that could be wrought. We already
Basically the same thing.
Yeah. We talked about last time how the seed of the idea of their plan is an interesting political debate that actually happened in Japan, but in execution, again, in this game, it's the stupidest Falcon thing. It's like, I'm going to do a thing, and it's gonna, like, either just erase the sea or erase all land. Oh no, all sea or all land is being erased. Who could have predicted that this would happen? Like, it's
Wait, this is dangerous? What?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Why is this harming me?
Yeah, like, honestly, I know it's a kid's game, but, like, kids, there's that quote from C.S. Lewis that's like, you know, any children's book that is not worth reading as an adult is not worth reading as a kid, basically, and this game is worth playing because of other things, but the story is not one of those things. That being said, Victory Road. We sure did it. Did y'all fight anyone?
Yeah.
Austin, did you have to fight anyone special along it, or was it just a...
So, before I get to that point, I have to say that, as you have quoted, I tried to play games in the most painful way to myself possible.
Yes.
I didn't have a Pokemon with Flash. I refused to get a Pokemon that could learn Flash.
Oh my god.
So I went through the entire Victory Road blind.
Oh my gosh.
Solving all the puzzles without being able to see. And it wasn't the worst experience. I managed to get really lucky going through. But, yeah, I just brute forced my way through that because I didn't want to deal with it. I was done with it at that point.
Oh, that does remind me of one thing, though, because I was like, normally this is where you fight your rival. Either he's the champion or it's right before you face the Elite Four, you know, historically. But actually, somewhere around the 7th gym, at least in my game, you fight May, and she's like, I quit. I want to go, like, fill out the Pokedex. I don't like battling. I'm going home. And she just leaves and does not fight you a single time after that. Is that how it is for y'all's games, too?
I don't remember what she said. I just remember, like, finding her after she went shopping. We fought.
Yeah.
I was so happy that I finally beat her without being beaten first. And I just forgot what she said afterwards. I was so happy I finally beat her in one attempt.
That's what she says. She just says, like, I'd rather go fill out the Pokédex. I don't like this battling thing. Goodbye.
Wait.
And she just leaves.
So did she not show up at the end for you?
Nope. Well, she shows up. She shows up to give
for
you
dialogue, but not anything else.
Yeah, she shows up for dialogue at the end. But
which I have funny commentary about that later.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, at the end of, actually at the beginning for me, of Victory Road, instead of May, Wally's like, I'm your rival now, and shows up, and I'm like, dude, no, where have you been? What are you doing? And then, like, just kicked him to the curb. Like, he needed at least 1 or 2 more appearances to, like, show him, and then needed to be more of a kick in the pants here, because I think the idea is, like, May isn't really interested in being a rival. You're supposed to slowly learn that Wally is, like, your true rival all along. But he shows up, like, 2, maybe 3 times, and, like, is pathetic in all of them, even at the end. So, like, that did not hit home at all, I feel like. I'm just baffled how they have these interesting ideas. Like, that's an interesting rival idea. That's, like, the person you thought was your rival actually isn't. And this other guy you underestimated became your rival. That's a great idea, again. But, like, in execution... No, not at all. But you, yeah. So that was my experience with Victory Road. I don't know, Christian. Was your route any different, or pretty much just smooth sailing?
Mine was about the same. I forgot. So I got to Victory Road and forgot that my HM slave I left in the PC. So I, like Austin,
oh gosh,
did it blind.
Yes, I feel validated.
I didn't want to waste Flash on another Pokemon.
Why didn't you just go back?
Well, because I would rather use Victory Road to level up the Pokemon that I actually want to keep on my team, instead of just having a level 12 Zigzagoon taking up a spot. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. I did have a miserable time in Victory Road, I will say this, because again, I was severely underleveled at this point. Like, Again, I had Pokemon as low as like 30 by the time I got to the Elite Four. So I thus began my, in real time, probably 10 hours, in game time was like 15 hours, grinding struggle session just to get my Pokemon up. It was the least fun I have had with a Pokemon game since grinding up Charmander at the beginning of Gen 1. Like, it was just pain. It was just... Oh, it was just awful. I hated it. But, 15 hours later, I eventually got back to it. But then the Elite Four! Yep.
Yeah.
Austin? What happened?
Oh, okay. Well, I showed up to the Elite Four ready to battle in about, level 50s. I was there for a long time.
Uh-oh.
Long time.
Uh-oh.
I think it's funny to me how in Gen 2, the Elite Four, the one that gave me the most trouble usually was the second Elite Four member. Just always bodying me and he's gatekeeping my way to even have an attempt. And that held very true this time. That second Elite Four member, which I'm spacing what types he was now.
Ghost.
I got it for you.
The Ghost? Yeah, okay, Ghost, yeah. I had nothing against those. And it was just eaten alive most times I was shut down. It was...
Can I tell you why this person is so miserable? I'm going to talk about it for just a second.
Go for it, real quick.
Literally only exists to Falcon eat your moves.
Yes.
That's it. Okay, what is the team? Might be slightly... No, they're the same, I think, because there's some slight difference. It's 2 Dusclops whose special ability is, every time you use a move on them, it costs 2. And then 2 Banettas or Banets or whatever, who have Spite, which if they work and then you use a move, eats the entire rest of your moves from that. The entire team! And then Sableye, which I don't necessarily think is something about it, but the entire team is just about eating your moves. And not actually... Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I felt fighting them.
Yeah.
Getting through the Elite Four was pain and misery. I didn't see the 4th Elite Four member until maybe attempt 6 or 7. That's how rough it was to get up there. And by the time I was reaching him and still losing to him, I ended up reaching from level in the 50s to the 70s in order to finally clear these people. It was not fun. And that was with healing.
Yeah, so that was... Whew. Yeah, Christian, did any of the Elite Four in particular, we'll get to the champion in a bit, but in the Elite Four give you a lot of trouble? Did you have to grind for a while? Or did you zoom on through?
The third one gave me the most trouble, but I think that's because most of my moves have been taken away.
Yeah!
I think once I got all of my Pokemon up to a good level, I think once I got them up to a good level that I was able to one-shot all the ghost types. Even though it took up moves, I was able to get them out of the way, and then I had moves left to take on the third one. But I didn't really have any problems with the dragon type.
Okay. So, throughout the entire game, we've been running into and been mentored by a man named Steven. He has come several times. Every time we've come and gotten stuck, he has cheered us on. He has given us advice on where to go next. He's the one that points out where the Cave of Origins is, at least in Emerald, and he tells me about the Legend of Rayquaza. Steven has been our stalwart guide this entire through. Do we not agree on that? Are we all in agreement on that?
Pretty much. Less impact than I think our games compared to Emerald, but he was always around.
Yeah, but Steven's been through this the entire time. So, of course, you get to the end. He's been showing up, he's been guiding you along, just there mentoring, training you, getting you ready, guiding you. So who would be the champion? Who would step through those doors after you beat the Elite Four? Who would stand before you as your final and complete obstacle to win. But Wallace! The 8th gym leader in the original games! Right? That's what you're expecting, right? You know, at the end of this game full of water, the gym leader of water? Yes! No, I'm not joking! In Emerald, Steven just F's off and doesn't do anything. And it's Wallace, the 8th gym leader, is the champion for some godforsaken reason. I'm not joking. No. Yeah, no, for real. It's just Wallace, and he's just using water type. And you just kill him again. It's like the 15,000th water fight for me. You guys got a cool Steven fight. He has steel Pokemon, and it's dope as heck. I get Wallace. Like, dude, Wallace, he's just dressed up like a YMCA sailor boy. Like, I don't even know, man. Dude, it is the most disappointing downgrade. Like, Emerald's an upgrade in every way except for this. But, dude, just seeing Wallace walk through those doors, just, like, my heart sank. I was like, what a terrible, disappointing change. It was so fucking sad. So, yeah, Austin, tell me about your cool fight with Steven that I didn't get to experience.
It was a dramatic showdown that took a few full restores for me to get through during that fight. I can't remember what Pokemon I was ending on, but we just kept trading blows and full restores for quite a while.
Yeah.
My poor Lucky Day Blaziken was just constantly being restored. I had to juggle some revives around too because he started to, like, you know, lean in on his gamer chair and take me seriously. And started killing them and like, quick, revive while this person's getting sacrificed. And to keep full restoring my Blaziken in the fight, just barely survived.
Hey, so your HM slaves did come in handy. They kept, you know, they...
No, I purposely did not bring the HM
man.
slaves here to make it faster when I lost.
Okay. That's a good point.
So
yeah.
it was just the 3 Pokemon.
Nice.
So I didn't use HM slaves to keep my Pokemon alive, because then I would feel like that's cheating to my rules.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because then they're being used. So I was sacrificing my Walrein, unfortunately,
Oh.
to get Blaziken back alive. Blaziken died earlier. I'm like, okay, I need Blaziken alive to win this. Walrein or Ned Niederlander, please take the sacrifice.
That feels in character for Ned, actually, you know.
And it was rough, but it was entertaining. It was fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't bullcrap.
Yeah.
So it was
Fun.
a good fight. And at the end, the one thing I have to say after finally beating him that just baffles me the most is just May runs into the room. It's like, yo, here's a tip before you fight this guy. And I'm thinking like, one, how the heck did you get in here? Did they just let anybody walk through all the rooms to go talk to whoever they want? Or did she just walk in, beat all these other people just to give me advice? I don't know.
I like option
answers.
2. I like option 2. I think that's way funnier. She's like,
I would
quit.
believe it with how difficult she was.
She was like, I quit Pokemon trading, but I will beat the Elite Four just to give delayed advice. That's why she was late. She had to fight them.
Most likely, yeah.
Oh my
But I'm just like, how the heck did you get here, woman?
Oh my word. Christian,
Yeah.
and any fun with Steven that I got to miss? I'm itching for any scrap of interestingness with the champion.
I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. His Metagross was just cool to see.
Yeah.
I think
realize
that's
that
the
was
one
a
that gave me
Gen
the
3
most trouble.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I didn't
I didn't
either.
realize it was a Gen 3. I see it more in Gen 4 is where I'm like more used to seeing it.
Yeah,
Well-
I'd forgotten it was a Gen 3, and then it showed up, and I was like, what are you doing here?
Well, you guys got a cool final battle. I got Wallace, so, you know. Then we beat the game. Whoop-de-doodle-doo. We'll wrap up final thoughts after we finish, you know, the battle, but, gentlemen, are you ready to battle some Pokemon?
Yeah.
Alright.
Diglett.
Oh gosh. Who goes first?
Did we get our spectator in? We need our spectator.
Yeah, I'm in now.
Okay.
And I assume y'all all muted the music. We didn't have a third time. Third time's the charm, or we all didn't blast ourselves.
Yes. I haven't
Put it
muted.
back on now.
Nice.
I need some music in this. Yeah, I've turned it really low, but
Yeah.
I need the music.
Oh, there's a bunch of weird rules over to the right. Look at that. Only one foe can be put to sleep at a time. Faster Pokemon switch first. Only one of Pokemon each species. One-hit KO moves are banned. Evasion items and moves are banned? What?
Wait, what moves are banned?
Evasion moves, like double team. What?
Oh. Oh, good thing I don't use those.
Huh.
We all validated, so we're all good, but that's a lot of extra rules than, normally we just try and go with, like, what the game let you do.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
One foe frozen?
I'm trying to think what the heck I'm gonna do against this.
Oh! Oh, no!
That feels about right.
Oh, boy.
This is gonna... That's pretty much the Gen 3 experience right there.
No.
I'm gonna get one hit. I'm gonna be killed by Bruce alone. I just... maybe?
Do you not have any ice moves on that dude?
Ice doesn't do good against Sharpedo.
Yeah, no, he's, water. Ice is good against water.
He's water and dark.
Does that matter? Am I stupid?
I thought dark was
You
resistant.
resisted it!
Yeah, it's not very effective. Yeah, because I tried it against Sharpedo once as ice, and it just bodied me.
Because dark is resistant. I didn't realize. That's rough. That's rough, buddy.
Okay, I killed one. I can die happy.
Oof. Level 72. Okay. How ironic!
Hi there.
Hello.
I get the joke, cause oh yeah.
How do you like it? How do you like it?
Okay, I know what I'm doing for the thumbnail now. It's just gonna be two Agrons being hit by a wave and just instantly being knocked unconscious. like a wave from the beach hits them and they're just bodied. Did you guys not put any items on your Pokemon?
I do,
Oh, okay.
I do too.
but I put some berries on the... Did it freeze? Oh, there it goes. It's like waiting for it to go through.
I haven't seen any of y'all use it. I guess they got killed so quick the berries weren't doing anything.
I don't think it's using the same berries that you, think I have.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm alive.
Oh, no! That was a good go, Austin.
Ned!
Well, this'll be more,
Hello there.
Hello.
This is gonna be tough to overcome. Lucky Day versus 3. It might happen.
Alright, lucky day, come on. Oh man.
I don't think it's as bad as you think. Isn't ground weak to fighting? Or is it rock that's weak to fighting?
I thought it was rock.
Find it!
Oh no!
Earthquake!
99! 1%! Oh!
1%.
Oh, this is it. This is it, dude. Oh no! Austin, I think you fought a good fight.
I did. It was nice going. I'm gonna try to go out fighting.
Oh! Austin, this is your chance!
I know! I have the thing! Yeah!
Yeah! Oh!
It was close.
I didn't know you
That
had
was
I'm
that.
surprised I got that far.
Oh man. Jeez Louise.
No.
Good
That
battle.
girl literally did nothing for me.
You fought valiantly, though.
Oh man.
Alright, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know how it's gonna go. Let's find out. Does it tell you if something is super effective or what?
I don't think it does.
Alright. Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Oof. Critical as well.
Yes.
That was so fast!
I'm awake.
I was not expecting that. Dude, I thought you'd sleep for more than 2 turns.
I
That's like the
honestly thought
minimum.
I would too.
That's like the minimum. Oh my gosh. so fast. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought so. Should have trusted my instincts. We do this every time.
The Switch battle begins.
Alright.
Paralyzed.
Dude, my entire setup involved Umbreloom, like, being unbeatable. Do you even know what his setup was before you killed him? No, wait, I don't want to spoil it, because Austin still has a chance, but, like, I had such an amazing setup with him, and now it's gone, and that was, like, 90% of my plan.
I'm sorry.
Ah, well. You know,
It'll probably work against me, don't worry.
we'll see. It would be so sad if it did.
I'm gonna be honestly more terrified to fight you.
Why?
You have Mudkip.
Oh, that is true. You gonna... Oh, I have to pick Fly again. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I don't know why it makes you like. What are your other choices?
Nothing, I just thought it would automatically, like the main game does.
Yeah,
Hmm.
dragon versus dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no!
Oh,
What? How did I?
how did
Get
you
frozen
unfreeze
in-
yourself?
How did I? I don't know.
I would really like to know.
I've never seen that before. I don't have a berry that does that.
What's
That feels like a glitch.
what's your special? Like, what's your hidden ability?
It's like draws electric attacks to hit me.
Hmm,
Yeah, that was weird.
that was really weird.
What? Gosh. Fiddle faddle, dang it. Well, it was nice knowing you. Yeah, well, you know. You are dragon and flying.
Hmm.
What are the type traits here? I gotta look this up real quick.
Take your time to look it up mid-battle.
Yeah! I can't be stopped. Got a cheat sheet here. Alright. Picked the wrong one. You have natural cure?
Hmm.
What does that even mean?
It means anytime I withdraw it, it removes any status ability.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice move.
You son of...
Oh, Falk. Well. Ooh, I read you wrong. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That works too.
Ooh, that hit harder than I thought it would.
This is your last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for me.
Good go, though. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know. I think it's mostly who goes first at this point. Because you've got Earthquake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just whose speed is higher. I think Earthquake will kill me. Your speed is higher.
Wow.
Yes. Quick Claw.
Nice.
My prediction is correct.
You had Quick Claw?
Yeah.
Where did you find that? I never found it.
You had to talk to somebody in the tutor, not the tutor, the school.
Nice. Nice. Alright, well, Christian's the reigning champion. Austin.
Woo!
Time to battle it out for second place.
Alright, this is not gonna go well.
I think it might. Because I think...
Because I have no idea what the types are anymore. I'm gonna pull a Dolan and check my...
yeah, look it up, dude.
my
That's what I
sheets
did. Fat lot of good it did me. In the arms of the angels.
Oh, nice.
Oh no!
That's the berry I chose!
Ultra instinct music.
Oh, that was good.
You ain't putting me to sleep, boy! Oh no!
That dealt more damage than I thought it would.
Goodbye, Dusty. Oh no, I have to go first! Oh, it's not gonna matter.
You dealt some damage, though.
I did. It's not gonna matter in the end. Let's... Oh, well.
Electric isn't effective against ice types, is it? Oh.
I have a water.
Okay.
And of course it missed. Well, bye, Ned. Yeah, this is going way bad.
Oh, come on. Critical hit. And my berry helped. That's nice. I don't think I'm gonna get to... Do you know how many hours I spent trying to get Breloom perfect for basically this fight? And do you know how much use it has been? 0 use. What a load. That's
To be honest, all my Pokemon had an anti-sleep berry.
Oh,
You
nice.
were not going to put me to sleep. I knew somebody was going to do sleep, so I always...
Do you know how many hours I
not-
legitimately spent? I think you might have won.
If it makes you feel any better, almost all of mine had an anti-sleep berry, too.
God dang, y'all. Because I talked about getting Spore.
I just...
Talked about it.
Going... Sleep has been used in every gen battle we've had.
Yeah.
Somebody has utilized it. I did it in Gen 1.
I don't think I have have something that's gonna one-shot you.
I think you do. Flygon's pretty weak.
Well, hopefully they do. I don't have any super effective moves against you, funny enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I resisted it specifically.
You're resisting the burn effect.
Mm.
There we go. I've got it now. I win.
Yeah, I know. Oh! I'm taking one more out with me. Unfortunately, I won't get a single move off.
Parker?
I am the worst.
Alright.
That feels about right for this team. This team was miserable to use.
I'm trying to remember what the score... I know Christian did the best overall, but was it... Who? Was I third? No, it was... So, yeah, the first gen was Christian first, Austin second, Dolan third. Second was a three-way tie. And then this one was Christian first, Dolan second, Austin third.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I'm just progressively getting worse.
Oh, no! Well...
The more Pokemon I add, the worse it gets for me.
We're gonna have to, yeah. I mean, honestly, it makes sense that Christian's winning, because given the challenges, I can't be near his level. He's always going to over-level me, because I'm trying to stay under-leveled. You can catch up his level, but you don't have the same amount of Pokemon. So Christian has a both Pokemon advantage and a level advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that he's winning the most.
I'm scared for when we get to Gen 6.
For Austin,
when
maybe.
my full power is released.
I'm only going to get weaker as these go on. Wow! What a riveting battle! Who would have predicted that Christian would win? Again. Gosh, flippin' dang it. Good job, though, honestly. Did good. Austin, I'm sorry this gen's been rough, but hey! Your second chance at a third time is the charm, right? And you didn't even... You kind of skipped the first gen, so really the next game will be your third time. You know, think about it that way. But yeah, on that note, final thoughts, fellas. Christian, what do you think overall about this gen? Thoughts, feelings? Are you, I don't know, overall, are you excited for the next one, ready to be done? Was it better than the others? Where are you at with it?
Nostalgia is good. I remember Gen 3 as being so good, and so far, it's my favorite that we've done so far.
Nice. Where would you rank it with the last two gens? I know you said your favorite, but like, would the other two have been, I think I don't remember what they were for you, but we can look it up. But where on your tier list are you ranking it? Actually, do the thing we do again. Rank the 3 games tier list, see how they've changed. Where's Gen 1, 2, and 3 for you right now?
Right now, just... And this very well may change, just because I don't have anything better to compare it to, because I haven't played past Gen 3. I'm going to give Gen 3 an A.
Wow.
I would give...
So the highest honors.
For now. We'll see if that changes. Gen 2, I'm going to do a B-, and I'm going to do a C for Gen 1.
Alright. Nice on that. Austin, what about you? How do you feel overall about this thing, and where would you rank the gens again?
It was rough, like Dark Souls for Pokemon for me, but it was still fun. I'd probably give it an A-.
Oh, okay, so it's going in the A
this gen.
tier for you as well.
Yeah, it started to feel more like normal Pokemon. It was a good time.
Nice. I had less. I guess I'm just the grumpy gills of this. I feel like it gets a C+, but I don't know that it quite gets to B. Now, part of that's my fault. No, I'm still gonna keep it a C+. Here's why. Part of the misery is my fault in that I did my own challenge for the level curve, and that's my fault. And I also tried to get a bunch of Pokemon that were at the end of the game and grind them up. That's on me. I'll give myself that. But what's not on me is the weird thing that you can't really get a complete... This feels like the least complete generation so far. Like, even playing Emerald, the complete version, I don't get to fight Wallace. A lot of the Pokemon are hidden behind big events now that can only be gotten through either distribution or, playing side games that we didn't want to do. And I know we didn't engage with that a bunch, but for as many steps forward as there were, I also feel like, Eevee and IV grinding is miserable, and that's become more prevalent. The post-game is entirely dependent on those mechanics. The story was interesting in concept, but even though it got more ambitious in concept, it didn't live up to that. So it's a little bit 2 steps forward, 1 steps back, but I think it's just enough that it doesn't quite push it over to B for me. So this is the 3rd Pokemon game I've ranked as a C, but I think it's a C+ for me. So it's just a line right now. I hope we can eventually break the C curse for Dolan, but yeah, that's about where I've landed. So I guess saying that, Austin, any final thoughts before we sign off there? You excited for the next generation?
I'm excited for when we get to the next generation.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
that's true.
We have one more stop before greatness.
That's true. Hey, maybe the next one will be great too. Fire Red and Leaf Green. Time to see. I like that we took literally a 1-game break from Kanto before we decided to head back a 3rd time. So,
there's no place like home.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, so I can only assume I will hate my time here. I actually really like Fire Red and Leaf Green, so I'm psyched. But Christian, hype for the next gen? Next game, whatever.
I'm very excited for Fire Red and Leaf Green. My question to Austin is, how many Pokemon will you have? Will you have 1 or will you have 3?
I've been asking that question. I'm defaulting to what I am told to do. I will do 1 if I am told to do 1, but I will do 3 if I am told to do 3.
Do 3. 1, because 1 is miserable, and 2, because this is a Gen 3 game. You're playing with Gen 3 mechanics.
I wouldn't have Pikachu this time, so it might be less miserable.
I still think you should. I say 3 because it's a Gen 3 game. You're playing with Gen 3 mechanics. Which also means double battles are going to come back, so you're missing out on all that if you only have 1 Pokemon. I say 3 as it's a Gen 3 game. But, that's... plus, it gives you a little bit more team diversity you can play with, just if you want to. You could still power up friggin' Blastoise to be level 100, but you could have 2 people who could do some backup or some support moves or something like that. Nothing's stopping you from not using the other 2 religiously, it's just you have the option to use them as you want. And that's why I think another reason having 3 would be good. But yeah, as I mentioned, other than Platinum, I think Fire Red and Leaf Green are the favorites I played, so on the one hand, I'm psyched, on the other hand, I'm golly, we've been to Kanto a lot, and I'm worried. This is what I was worried about when we started this podcast, was I was am I gonna get, are the improvements so incremental that I can even go back to games that I played the first time and I loved, and now that I've played incrementally, I'm good, they made 0.1 things better. Is Pokemon a series best enjoyed if you skip a few generations? I don't know. We'll find out next time, won't we, fellas? But with that, I'm Dolan Malna. Brothers, thank you so much for doing this. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it, and looking forward to the next one. God bless.
For sure.
Diglett.
I have so many Diglett pictures.